Hello, my name is Samardeep Singh and my student ID is ST20317782. A few weeks ago, me and my friend make a conversation on this presentation. So at that time, I am decided to make a presentation on the corn food, which is very famous and delicious in all over the United Kingdom. So at the time I made a presentation on this food. Now moving to the introduction. This presentation is an overview on the sustainability vision of corn, relating academic theories with operational reality. It concentrates on carbon literacy and ethical sustainability as solutions in attending responsible productions and corporate reliances. Through the environmental, social, and governance data of corn, the analysis identifies the way of company strategically react to environmental and moral requirements in the food industry. And now moving to the third slide, which is about the food, which is about the corn food. This food, the first food inventions corn lead with an microprotein which is much more environmentally friendly in terms of emissions than animal husbandry. Its plan is consistent with an UN SDGs which hinders responsible productions, ethical manufacture, and motivates the rest of Earth to change their attitude towards environmentally consequence eating patterns. And now moving to the fourth slide, which is about carbon literacy and risk contexts. The carbon labeling, carbon trust verifications, and the ongoing LCA of corn food products prove productive risk management which empowers investor confidence, consumer trust, and organizational sustainability in regulatory as well as market and climate transactions. And now moving to the fifth slide, which is on theoretical productions of carbon literacy. Carbon literacy aims at making data informed choices and the risk theory value informing and preventing. This LCA and the carbon trust certifications ensure that the knowledge of converted to strategic action by corn to product redesign, renewable investment, and regulatory communication to reduce the uncertainty and the possible financial impact of such climate policies in the future. And now moving to the sixth slide, which is about the corn carbon risk management. This slide illustrates carbon accounting the corn to mitigate risk. The framework of the LCA present hotspots along the value chain. By investing in renewables and maintaining transparency, corn is well placed in advance of policy shifts that will penalize with high emissions industries. Carbon risk mitigation is therefore both an environmental and strategic financial safeguard. And now moving to the seventh slide, which is on corn operational and supply chain carbon meters. Operational performance evidence concentrate advancement are 33% factories carbon reduction per tons and a 16% water reduction per tons. Third party verification and on pack labeling will increase transparency of consumer. Corn identifies fermentations, energy, power, and supplier emissions of scope 3 as hotspot currently. The following area demands suppliers audits, soaring of renewable energy and elimination of the products to minimize residual emissions throughout the entire chain of value. And now moving to the eighth slide, which is on ethical design making framework. Ethical reasoning determines how corporations handle moral dilemma. Quorn sustainability strategy in relations to duty, benefits, and moral characters can be demonstrated through the aspects of deontology, utilitarianism, and virtue ethics. Theories represently the three imbibed framework are integral to all design making and strengthen loyalty in stakeholder and the reputations. And now moving to the ninth slide, which is on the environmental ethics and corporate culture. The triple bottom line indeed ensures that ethical, social, and financial priorities contexts. The culture in Kern shows alignment between leadership intent and operational ethics, hence, hence fairness, inclusivity, and accountability of the environment. This framework will thus help maintain its long term sustainability and stakeholder confidence. Now, moving to the 10th slide, which is on Corn's ethical sustainability practice. This slide illustrates the ethical practice of corn. Carbon labeling feels the spirit of transparency, suppliers equity through failure sourcing, waste minimization through a commitment reflection, and brand credibility represent through real sustainability result. Making ethical will be converted into qualifiable sustainability performance. And now the moving to 11th slide, which is on key challenges and ethical gaps which the corn food face. Corn experienced ethical issues despite the improvement. Its energy consuming manufacturing makes scale up of emissions difficult. Variations of culture, indiscipline, ethical informality, lack of disclosure brings doubt to credibility and engagement. Enlargement of governors, open audits, and maintenance of worldwide rules and the standard in sustainability impressions. And now moving to the 12th slide, which is on strategic recommendations. This the incorporation of science based targets enhance congruity with the international climate models. Ethical training based on cultures makes sure there is informity and morality within the entire global web of corn. Among these recommendations are the strengthen of credibility and an in eco economically sustainable performance in the future. And now the last slide, which is on the conclusion. Finally, Quorn illustrate how corporate responsibility can change through carbon literacy and ethics to shows that today corporations are becoming increasingly responsible. Its activities cut across environmental science and moral leadership, and it should be considered an example of low carbon leadership. Innovation and truthful reporting will enable building the trust of the stakeholder and make the performance resilient and oriented towards the future. Thank you. This is the presentation which I do work, and I think it's good and different from others. Thank you.